So our next panel will be the food and wine panel. We have Emily Monaco and Caroline Connor from Chez Toi. We have Omid Tavallai from the Transplant Kitchen. And again, Caroline Connor from Dine Caroline's Happy Hour. So I will show you the trailers very quickly, and then we will get started.
Hey, I'm Emily.
And I'm Caroline.
And we live in France, where pretty much every meal demands both a cheese course and a wine pairing.
Amen.
It doesn't need to be a special occasion for you to add this French flair to your daily meals, and we want to help you with that.
That's the thing. A great cheese and a delicious glass of wine can really elevate your at-home dining. However, even if it's a Tuesday night and you're by yourself.
Tuesday night by yourself is the perfect time.
Absolutely.
So get involved. Send us your favorite home meals. Describe the recipe. Let us know what it's all about. And we will put our palates and minds to the test. I'm going to pair it with the most complimentary cheese.
And I am going to figure out a perfect wine pairing.
Tune in on Fridays to hear some of our favorite pairings and to discover some brand new recipes that you can try at home.
Join our guests as we explore how to elevate your home-cooked food.
And now the Transplant Kitchen.
What's the recipe for a successful cooking podcast? Hire some experienced hosts. I'm Omid Tavallai.
And I'm Alannah McPherson, Tavallai.
We're otherwise known as Emperor Norton. We've been doing this for years. Neither of us has lost any appendages.
You're not building confidence.
Don't make sweeping generalizations or engage in stereotypes, because that's what romantic couples do here in the City of Light and love and romance. Vous faites des burgers et des brownies. Skip the off-holiday humor. It's not like child exploitation or something. Do engage in womansplaining.
Actually, a lot of recipes use both baking powder and baking soda.
Sprinkle liberally with dad jokes. I don't know what kind of baking powder I'm buying.
It's all single acting.
Okay.
So you know.
Just like the men here. They're single acting.
Help me.
And maybe actually a useful recipe once in a while. Tune in to the Transplant Kitchen on Paris Underground Radio.
And lastly, Dine Caroline's Happy Hour.
Hi, welcome to Wine Dine Caroline's Happy Hour. I'm Caroline Connor, a wine expert living in Lyon, France, where I am otherwise known as Wine Dine Caroline. Now, this isn't your average wine podcast. You can join me at Happy Hour, where I'll be meeting with friends, new and old, to hear a funny, stupid, or just all-out ridiculous story from their life. And then I'll pair a wine with it. Join us for belly laughs, silliness, and lots of love. Cheers!
Great. All right. Take it away, Gail.
I love all of those trailers. That was like really, really great. So here's the question. What's the biggest misconception about the French food scene today?
Do you want to go, Emily? I have opinions as always.
Yeah, I think we have some similar opinions, but I'll be short and sweet and basically say that what you think you know about French food is probably not what's exciting about the French food scene right now. So when you think about like your classic bistro, your steak frite, your beef bourguignon, it definitely still exists here, but it's not what's most exciting right now.
It is. It's funny. That's exactly what I think. And I know, Omid, you just have to turn on your camera. You're in. You should be. Oh, no, wait. I promoted him. There we go. He's coming too. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's basically, I mean, I also, for the record, am not in Paris, guys. I'm the only one. I'm the odd man out. I'm in Lyon, and we are the culinary capital of France. But the restaurants that turn me on here are not, hi, you made it. They're not the bouchons. They're not the traditional restaurants. It's young chefs doing cool stuff, making fresh food that is inspired by the world, you know. So I think that the thing about French food is that, of course, there's the old school stuff, but there's also such a huge scene of like young people and a lot of foreigners. You know, here there's a lot of amazing women, particularly who are from other countries who have set up shop here and are some of the most exciting chefs in town. So that's what I'm here for.
What do you think, Omid, about the biggest misconception about the French food scene today?
I think the biggest misconception that I hear from visitors is that you can't get a bad meal. You can get a lot of bad meals. Basically, the rule
is true.
It really applies everywhere. Can you guys hear me okay? Sorry, it's really loud and working in a kitchen in a bar. So it's a rule of thumb anywhere that a menu that's 3 pages long is pretty difficult for any kitchen to handle. So you should avoid places like that. But also, almost any place on a big, highly trafficked corner near a monument is pretty much a guaranteed lousy meal. They get all the tourist traffic. They don't need to be good.
That's a good one. Well, and here's another thing. We all have a French food that we really can't stand. So go. Omid, you start since you were the last one. What French food do you detest?
Sorry, I have sirens in the background here. The thing I can't stand is actually the sandwiches that you get from the boulangerie, because they are not greater than the sum of the parts. Here we have amazing bread, amazing cheese, and amazing charcuterie, and they managed to F it all up by pre-making them all and piling them in a fridge to go stale. And it just makes me angry.
Sorry, that was my dog agreeing with you. You have no, I text my friend Christy like once a week to say, all I want is a fucking sandwich. You can't get, these people don't understand the art of the sandwich at all. It's really, and it's like we have all of the ingredients. Why can't we make a sandwich that functions?
What about you, Emily?
This is hard because I like a lot of things, but I will no. You know what it is? It's everywhere you go in like a traditional French restaurant that does entrée, plat, dessert, appetizer, main, dessert with the 3-dish formula. There's like a very expensive white fish in a butter sauce option. I hate that. I don't want that ever. I don't want to pay like 10 euros more than everybody else to eat fish that was flown in from God knows where. And it's everywhere and it's pervasive and it makes me really angry.
That's funny.
Well, and speaking about foods, on the other side of the coin, what foods do you miss from home? Like if you're from the US, for example, what foods do you miss the most that's not in France?
Well, for me, my whole career is predicated on that. Tune into the first episode of the podcast. You'll see how that started. It was donuts. But yeah, it's just there are a lot of things. I grew up in California from a rather ethnically diverse background, an ethnically diverse place. There are just all kinds of things that we missed. So our solution was to start making it, and somehow ended up selling it to people here. Anything from donuts to tacos to where I am right now. I'm making queso dip because the owner is he's from Houston and he wanted me to do something a little more Texas. So we got queso dip on the menu.
Emily, do you miss anything from home?
I miss a lot of things. I miss like inexpensive but good sushi. And also I miss like a guaranteed edible taco within like a stone. There are good tacos, but you have to like go stake them out. And I want there to be plentiful tacos near me. But I'm coming. I'm on my way. But the thing that I fill my suitcase with that I come back with from the States with is Big Red gum, the cinnamon flavored gum, and any peanut butter flavored candies.
Caroline?
Well, I smuggle back Mexican chilies because obviously Mexican food's a big one, and Annie's mac and cheese. I smuggle that. But we, these days it's better than it used to be for sure. And yeah, I can mostly get it. I think what I miss most, and this might not be a problem in Paris, but you can't get food between 2 and 7 in Lyon. So if you come here, you cannot eat between lunch and dinner. It's illegal. And that I'm used to it now. And like I eat lunch when it's lunchtime. But when I first got here, I was like, it's 3 p.m. Why can't I get a sandwich? Because they don't exist. But yeah, it was that was a culture shock. Because if you're not in Paris, it is hard anywhere that's not Paris. It's going to be hard to find food between lunch and dinner.
And Caroline, why then did you move to Lyon?
Because it's the greatest. It's the great. I love it here. It's like Paris, but a lot more manageable. So we call it taille humaine. It's human size, and I think that's so funny. That's just cute phrase, but it's super. I can get anywhere I want, like a half an hour, and it's really beautiful. It's very close to the Alps. I can actually literally like see Mont Blanc on a clear day from the top of the giant hill I live on. Emily knows. Emily lived in my apartment for a month, took care of my dog. But it's a great place. Everyone should come visit me. It's the greatest.
And I just want to ask you one more question since you're talking. How did you get into wine, Caroline?
Oh gosh, I've been in wine for my entire career, adult career. I got into wine when I was doing my undergrad at Oxford, and I did competitive blind wine tasting. Really randomly, just kind of ended up joining this club, and then like finding a splinter faction, and ended up competing in a match against Cambridge and being top taster, which was a big deal. And then ended up getting spit out into the wine trade. So I've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, wow. And all of you, how has living in France changed your approach to, or how you think about French food and drink? Like you had preconceived ideas before you got here, and now what happened to those?
I have to preface this with the fact that I moved here when I was 19. So like the most exciting thing to me was that you could go to Monoprix and get €1 wine. Yeah. I was drinking the stuff that's like, it's like all corked, like it's just corked wine, and I was drinking it. So, but I do think that there is like, I'm from New York, and French food in New York, and I think throughout the States is associated with like high-end, really expensive food. And I think that probably the biggest misconception is something that's still founded in my 19-year-old self, although I'm not buying €1 wine anymore, but it's that getting a good meal here is actually really reasonable. You don't have to pay top dollar to eat well, especially if you're making your own sandwiches. You're good.
Have to.
Well, I think what else? Is French wine actually better than the rest of the wine in the world?
No. It's great. There's great wine everywhere. There's great wine everywhere.
I really like Italian wine. Did I say that?
Yeah. There's good wine in China now. There's great Mexican wine. There's wine all over the world. There's great English wine. I'm drinking French wine right now, but I am a wine enthusiast globally. So I do think that we should all give other wines a chance when we can get them.
And do you think this might be my last question since we're getting close to the end? What impact, if any, do you think foreigners have had on French dining and drinking culture?
I mean, here, I just see it being such a positive impact. I think that, again, like some of the coolest restaurants in the city are run by foreigners, and the French people are up for it. They're super into it. Here, people are really open-minded, and my friend just opened up a like high-end, fancy gastronomic Mexican restaurant, and she's full every single night. And it's awesome to see that. It's just really exciting. It makes me so happy.
Okay, Dawn has a question, actually. She says, I have a confession. Have tried numerous wines, but yet to find one I like to drink. Help!
Wine is not for everybody. If you've tried a lot of wine and you don't like it, you might just not like wine. But German Riesling tastes like juice.
Good.
A great answer. Tastes like juice.
Yummy.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Now I am starving. So
Thank you.
Great job. So if that panel whet your appetite, you can bid on a Sparkling Savvy Champagne Masterclass by Caroline. In the food and wine package, you'll find an homage to fromage, cheese and wine pairing, as well as a one-on-one 2-wine pairing with wines provided by Caroline. In the same package, you can get a curated cheese selection delivered to your door by Emily if you're in Paris, and a variety pack of fresh baked goods, including cakes, cookies, and more by Omid and Alannah. So that's not, I copied the wrong link. Inevitable. All right, so here is the link for that package. Oops. There is a link for that package. And if you want to see all of the auction items again, they're here. You can donate on that link there. Thank you so much for coming to this. If you have watched this, if you've been watching on Facebook Live, for example, and you did not sign up to come get the link, please make sure that you subscribe, go to the Paris Underground Radio website and subscribe to the newsletter or even to the launch party so that you will be included on the list to get a sneak preview of all 12 podcasts tomorrow. If you don't look at your email, I cannot send you an email. So please make sure you'll have until midnight tonight, Paris time, to add your name to that list, and you'll get the link tomorrow. And the auctions will be live until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, Paris time. And I think that's everything. Thank you so much, Jody. Thank you. Thank you so much to all these wonderful hosts. Again, the hosts, Gail Boisclair and Marie Pistinier from Paris Estate of Mind. Lily Heisey, I'm just going on my screen. Lily Heisey from Romances in Paris and Paris Cachet. Emily Monaco of Navigating in French, and Emily and Caroline Connor are both in Chez Toi. Caroline also does Wine Dine Caroline's Happy Hour. Omid and Alannah Tavallai do the Transplant Kitchen. Annette Deleu does The Heart of You, and Kate does Paris Undressed. I host Don't Miss This and Storytime in Paris, and I co-wrote Babes in the Woods. Thank you so much. I hope that you like the podcast as much as we enjoyed making them. We'll do another one of these sometime soon, and hope to see you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.